Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I am Vedant Agarwal. The big story we are tracking at this hour, the landfall process as far as Cyclone Remal is concerned has begun. Cyclone Remal has made a landfall on the Bangladesh coast. In fact, adjoining areas of Bengal will also be impacted. The landfall process will continue for the next 3 to 4 hours. This as both Bengal and Tripura as well as some other northeastern states also bracing for Cyclone Remal. NDTV is reporting from the eye of the storm. Saurabh Gupta is joining us live. So Saurabh, the landfall process has begun.
That's right, it has begun, and there are very strong winds at this point, though, the rains seem to have come down a bit, but it picks up and suddenly, there's a spike in the rain and the wind speeds and then it falls again. And that's perhaps how cyclones work, but obviously here at this point we are in this, at 24, South 24 Parganas, Bokhali, and just for a bit it has calmed down. This tree was shaking violently, but just briefly it has perhaps become a little still. And of course, it's picking up as the cyclone reaches. But obviously, it seems that the cyclone is curving further, towards that side as it makes landfall. And states like Tripura also are on alert. Now, what are the precautions that have been taken in West Bengal because of the speedy winds that are expected? 110 to 120 kilometers per hour winds. Gusting at 135 kilometers per hour. Also, as a result of this, flights from Kolkata have been suspended. There is also a suspension of operations at Kolkata port. Barge and container operations have been suspended. Local train services towards these areas, South 24 Parganas, Hasnabad, all of that has been suspended. Also, ferry services in these areas, inland waterways have been suspended. People have been asked not to venture out, and you see the wind has picked up again. Just as I was saying, it's one moment it's a little calm, and then suddenly, the wind picks up. And if I ask my camera person to show you, it's picked up now, and again, of course, slowing down. And that's how this landfall process will continue as it, as it completes. The wind is likely to pick up further, and also what we know is that people have been advised to stay indoors. Power supply has been cut to these areas because there is a fear of power lines snapping and people being electrocuted. So that is one precaution that the authorities have taken. There's a centralized control room that has been set up, and district control rooms as well that are monitoring the situation as the cyclone makes landfall. Cyclone Remal has started making landfall, and this of course is going to affect the Sundarbans areas and also areas of Bangladesh and further on northeastern Tripura, where also alerts have been sounded, as my colleague Ratnadeep has been reporting from that side. But the wind's really picking up now here as we speak in South 24 Parganas of West Bengal. We were in Bokhali, which is one of the southernmost tips of the state, and obviously here too we are seeing the cyclonic activity now pick up and intensify.
All right, so winds picking up speed there as the landfall process has begun. Saurabh, both you and Anirudh Tripathi, our camera person, stay safe as the cyclone activity picks up. But the impact is going to not be confined only to Bengal. It's of course going to extend well beyond West Bengal. Northeastern states will be impacted as well, particularly Tripura. There is a red alert in Tripura. Schools have been closed. Flight operations thrown out of gear as well. My colleague Ratnadeep Chaudhary reports.
That's right. In fact, if you look at the trajectory which the storm is following at this moment, after the landfall, it is going to hit West Bengal and Bangladesh, and therefore the northeastern state of Tripura has already issued a red alert for its 4 out of its total 8 districts which shares its borders with Bangladesh. Also, Tripura has, as a precautionary measure, closed its schools for tomorrow and day after. All the flights between capital Agartala and Kolkata remain suspended in the first hour of the day and will only resume if once the storm passes away, the cyclone passes away. Also remember, in across northeast tomorrow there are places, there are states, particularly Meghalaya, Assam and Tripura, which are on red alert issued by Met Department for extremely heavy rainfall. Also there is the orange alert till day after tomorrow for entire northeast for heavy rainfall along with thunder shower and also winds more than 50 to 60 kilometers per hour. So therefore, in fact, there are 8 to 9 flights which have been already cancelled between Guwahati and Kolkata. Remember, Kolkata is a major airport for east and northeast, and therefore with the suspension of operation at Kolkata airport, the flight operations right from tonight till the first half of tomorrow at least will remain disrupted, not only in Kolkata but entire eastern India and more so in northeast, because early morning there are a lot of flights between different places of northeast and Kolkata. And in fact all the state governments in northeast, already Tripura government has sounded an alert. Assam State Disaster Management Authority is monitoring the situation. Meghalaya government is also closely monitoring the situation, given the fact that Meghalaya also shares its borders with Bangladesh, and therefore now northeast is bracing for heavy rainfall after cyclone Remal hits it makes a landfall and actually proceeds beyond the borders of Bangladesh towards northeast India.
All right, West Bengal and northeastern states on alert. We'll continue to track this story very closely. But moving now to the tragic story of a hospital fire in the national capital. In fact, 7 infants were killed after this fire at a childcare center. In fact, a police report has now flagged various lapses as well. There were no fire extinguishers at this particular hospital, and it was a 12-bed hospital, and it was a 5-bed hospital, I beg your pardon, and 12 infants were admitted to this. The license also expired back in March. But take a look at the horrific tragedy and how parents continue to demand justice.
Heart-wrenching sights of grieving parents and family members searching for their little ones. Young lives snuffed out. 7 infants killed in a massive blaze as fire engulfed this baby care unit at 11:30 on Saturday night in Delhi's Vivek Vihar. 12 babies were rescued from the horrific flames, of which 5 are undergoing treatment.
जब हमें पता लगा कि बच्चे कितने अंदर, कहते 12, मैंने कहा निकालेंगे कैसे, कहते जी कोई रास्ता नहीं है। पीछे से गए, पीछे भी कोई दरवाजा नहीं था। हम फर्स्ट फ्लोर पर चढ़े, शीशे तोड़ के अंदर घुसे, एक एक करके बच्चों को निकालना पड़ा क्योंकि बच्चों के बेड को भी आग लग चुकी थी। कोई एम्बुलेंस नहीं आई थी, इवन देन 4 घंटे तक नहीं आई। जब तक हम लोग यहाँ थे सारे बच्चों को भेज दिया, डेथ हो गई, सब कुछ हो गया, लेकिन कैट से यहाँ पे गाड़ी नहीं आई।
The tragedy of parents whose babies were admitted here is unimaginable.
मुझे पता नहीं है, उस पर मेरे दोस्त ने बताया मुझे भी, मेरी बेटी है इसमें छोटी, मेरे दोस्त ने मुझे बताया मुझे भी, बेबी केयर में तो भागा हुआ मैं।
आप अस्पताल गए हो?
मैं सर मुझे पता नहीं कुछ भी, अभी मैं तो घर जा रहा हूँ।
Locals claim the fire was caused due to negligence and presence of oxygen cylinders. The fire department says the building did not have a clearance.
आग इसलिए बढ़ गई कि वहाँ पे ये बताया गया कि वहाँ पे कुछ ऑक्सीजन के शायद सिलेंडर थे और सिलेंडर थे, उनमें ब्लास्ट हो गया। इसी वजह से आग केयर सेंटर में ना रह के, बेबी केयर सेंटर में ना रह के बगल वाले घर पे भी चली गई थी, और इसीलिए फायर का इतना फास्ट स्प्रेड हुआ। टोटल हम लोगों ने करीब 16 गाड़ियाँ बाद में भेजी थी क्योंकि बच्चों का मामला था, बगल में घर फेंक रही थी, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली जो है 6 बच्चों को नहीं बचाया जा सका।
At the GTB hospital mortuary, 7 infants who died were brought for post-mortem.
हमारी बच्ची चली गई हमारे हाथ से, इनकी लापरवाही की वजह से। मतलब 2-2.5 लाख रुपए लग गए, अब बच्ची नहीं हमारी, बताओ कितने दिन की। वहाँ के वो जो पड़ोसी है ना, वो भी बोल रहे हैं इन्होंने बहुत लापरवाही करी है, वो सिलेंडर में बहुत दिन से हो रहा था। वो
आपको कब पता चला?
हमें तो अभी पता चला, हमें तो पता ही नहीं चला। वो तो हमारी बच्ची ने नेट पे निकाला जब पता चला कि वही वाला हॉस्पिटल है।
The 5 babies who got saved are undergoing treatment at the NICU and are recovering. An FIR has been lodged against the owner of the care unit, Naveen Kinchi, and he was arrested by police on Sunday evening after a day-long manhunt. Political blame game broke out over the tragedy.
मैं कह रहा हूँ ना कि दिल्ली सरकार का, दिल्ली नगर निगम का भ्रष्टाचार का ये जीतता जाता उदाहरण। ये हादसा नहीं है, ये हत्या है।
मेरी फायर डिपार्टमेंट के हेड से बात हुई और उन्होंने बताया कि उनका अंदाज़ा है कि शायद शॉर्ट सर्किट की वजह से आग लगी, और क्योंकि ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर इसके अंदर थे तो ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर ब्लास्ट होने की वजह से ये आग काफ़ी बढ़ गई।
A case was also lodged against the care unit back in 2021 as well, when a video of a nurse beating a child went viral on social media. Naveen, the owner of the baby care center, was arrested from Delhi and he runs many baby centers in Delhi. He's under interrogation by the Delhi police right now. With camera person Mohammad Mursalin, this is Tanushka Datta for NDTV.
Absolutely unspeakable tragedy there. But looking also at a similar fire in Gujarat. In fact, in Gujarat's Rajkot, a gaming zone was burned to ashes after it caught fire. In fact, there also several lapses being reported. The government in Gujarat has ordered an inspection of all gaming zones, but the Gujarat High Court has said that this is nothing but a man-made disaster. Here's the report.
Massive fire tragedy at Rajkot gaming zone that left 28 dead, including a child and women. The police have registered a case against 6 people, of which 2 have been arrested, including the owner of the TRP game zone Yuvraj Hari Singh Solanki and Nitin Jain. 4 others are absconding.
6 आरोपियों के ऊपर गुना दाखिल किया गया है। उसमें से 2 आरोपियों को अभी पुलिस ने अरेस्ट किया हुआ है। बाकी 4 आरोपियों के लिए स्पेशल क्राइम ब्रांच की टीम काम कर रही है कि बाकी आरोपियों को जितनी जल्दी से जल्दी हम पकड़ सकें।
NDTV investigation has revealed major lapses in the safety protocols. The arena that was packed due to the weekend rush did not have a fire safety clearance. The gaming zone had filed for a fire NOC just a few days ago after operating for 4 years, but till now the TRP game zone did not have a fire safety certificate. It has also come to light that the primary reason for the fire was the welding work going on in the arena. Fire spread quickly due to the wooden structure. The gaming arena only had single exit and entry, which too was blocked as a temporary structure collapsed near it, trapping people inside. Till now, 28 people have died in the fire, which include a child who was 9 to 10 years old. 5 were women and the rest were 18 to 20 years old. 3 people have not been identified yet, while many people are trying to find their relatives and are knocking the doors of different hospitals and police stations of Rajkot. DNA samples of all the people have been taken for the purpose of identification of bodies, as most are charred beyond recognition. The samples have been sent to Jamnagar.
पुलिस को पूछ रहे तो कुछ बता नहीं रहे। क्राइम ब्रांच में गए, हम एसओजी में गए, वहाँ बात की कि यहाँ है नहीं, नाम लिखवा दिया, सब दिखाए, निशानी बिशानी लिखी, हाथ में कड़ा पहना था वो भी बताया, और अभी कुछ पता नहीं चल रहा है। हम गिरिराज हॉस्पिटल गए, स्टर्लिंग हॉस्पिटल गए, सब गए, वहाँ भी कुछ गिरिराज में 3 लोग थे, वो तो कोई नाम तो था नहीं।
This is not the first time where this type of case has happened in Gujarat, and many people have lost their lives. Because of administration negligence, many innocent people are suffering. Now, the major question rises is that what type of action will police and administration takes on TRP gaming? With cameraman Praveen Rohit, Paras Dama for NDTV 24/7, Rajkot.
Who takes responsibility for these horrific tragedies? Where does the buck stop? With that, we'll take a short break now. There's more news on the other side. Welcome back. In a redux of what happened in Pune, in Noida as well, a luxury car, an Audi, hit a senior citizen and he was tossed into the air, he collapsed and he died on the spot. This is the CCTV footage that has emerged as well. This was an incident that happened in Sector 53 of Noida. The accused is still on the run. A case has been registered, though the police have not been able to trace him. But an absolutely horrific tragedy there, a luxury car hitting a senior citizen and he died on the spot. And the summer of 2024, it's too hot to handle with the heat wave conditions continuing over most parts of North India, in Rajasthan, in Delhi, some parts of Punjab as well, also Haryana, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh as well. In UP as well, several areas witnessed heat wave conditions. Maximum temperatures were almost 50 degrees Celsius in parts of Rajasthan. In Delhi as well, maximum temperatures neared 46 degrees Celsius. Government and private schools in Gurugram up to class 8th have been asked to remain closed till from the 27th of May till heat wave conditions actually improve.